Hi and welcome back. So till now we have discussed that how we can create a set, but we have also seen that we cannot access one specific element of our set, okay? But if I want to check whether a particular element belongs to my set or not, I can do that with the help of in operator, okay? What I need to write, I'll write print. Suppose I want to check whether 6 is a part of my set or not. So I'll write 6, okay, in and the name of the set. Okay, I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this code. So see, it will give me true if that element is existing. It will give me false if that element is not existing. Suppose I'm going to check that for b, some value that is b. I'm going to save this and I'll run this. So it will say that false, this is not existing. Okay, I cannot display one specific element of my set, but yes, I can check whether one element belongs to my set or not. Okay. So see, the next thing that we are going to discuss is about the updation, deletion and insertion operation. Now see, there is one more property of sets, that sets are unordered. Okay. What do I mean by unordered? That if I am trying to display my set, okay, if I am trying to display the element of set, every time my set can appear in a different order. It's not mandatory that set element are appearing in the same order in which we have defined. Okay, now we are going to discuss about the insertion, updation and deletion operation of a set. Okay, now there is, first of all, I'm going to discuss about the update operation. We cannot perform updation operation on our sets. Why? Because the elements are not stored at one specific location. Okay, so I cannot perform updation, but yes, I can perform addition. How I can do that? I'm going to do that with the help of add. Okay, what I'm going to write down, I'll write set1 dot add. Inside add, I'm going to give some value. Let's say I'm saying addition. Okay, and then I'm going to print my set, that is print and set1. Okay, so it is going to display the values. So it will display this added value as well. Okay, so see, it is displaying the added value as well. Now why this addition is coming in between? Because we have no index scheme. We don't know where this element is going to get added. If you remember that in definition we have written that since it is an unordered collection, so we don't know every time the elements are appearing in a random order. We don't know whether the elements are appearing in the same order in which we have defined or they are coming in some different order. Okay, but there is some problem with the addition add function also, that if I try to add more than one value, suppose if I try to add one more value, I am saving it and I am running it, it is going to give me the problem because addition operation cannot add more than one value. This is the problem with addition. Okay, so if you want to add more than one value, what you can do, instead of doing that with the help of addition, I can do that with the help of updation. What I need to write, I'll write set1 dot update. Inside update, I can give the parameters. Suppose I am giving the parameters addition, then I am giving updation, okay, and then I am giving change. Okay, anything that you can write. Save it and then run it. So it will allow me to do that. Yeah. If you want to add more than one item, so more than one element, then that becomes a list. So you need to put the element inside the list notation. I'm going to clear it and then I'm going to run it. See, now it is giving me the elements. Okay, so in this way it's not mandatory that I'm going to give the string elements only. I can give any element that I want. Okay, I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this again. So see, it is giving me the element. But if you can notice one thing, elements are appearing in random order every time I'm displaying the list set. Sorry, every time I'm displaying the set. This is the meaning of your unordered word, that your sets elements are unordered, which means that they are appearing in different order every time you are running it. Okay, so if you want to add more than one value to your set, you need to define that within as a list. Okay, using update. add won't allow me to do that, right? And next thing is, if I want to calculate the length of the set, how many elements are there in my set. So what I can do, I'll write length of set is. Okay, so length of set is how we are going to calculate the length with the help of len function only. Okay, length of set 1. So I'm going to run this. So it is giving me that you have 5 elements because I have made these changes as comment. Okay, so I have 5 elements in my set. So this is how you can calculate length of your set. Okay, next comes your how you can delete your element from a set. So for that you can use a function which is known as remove function. I'm going to write set1 dot remove. Inside that I'll specify the element which I want to remove. Okay, and then I'm going to print my set1. Okay, so I'm going to save this and see, now that element is no more existing. But see, like in case of list or in case of list, what we were doing, we were specifying the index and we were deleting the element at that index. But that is not possible in case of set because sets don't have any index. So if you want to delete one element, so you need to write down the value of that element only. Okay. So now there is one problem with this remove function also, that if you try to remove an element, suppose if you try to remove an element that is 10. Now 10 is not a part of my set. If I'll try to run this code, it is going to give me the error. So see, it is giving me the error. It is saying that you are trying to delete such a value which is not existing. Okay, so sometimes we don't know, we actually don't remember that which values are in my set or not. So in that case, if you want to avoid such kind of error, so instead of using remove function, you can use discard function. Okay, that also behave like your remove, but it will avoid the error. Even though that element is not existing in my set, but still it is not going to give me any error. See, it is not giving me any error. It has not removed that thing because that was not a part of set, but it has not even given me the error. So this is the difference between your remove and discard. And if I am going to give some value which is a part of my set, then it is going to remove that. Okay, in that case both are behaving same. But remove is going to give me the error if that element is not existing, and discard will not give me that error. Okay. You can also use pop function because in case of pop function, you are not going to specify the index. Pop is going to delete the last element of your set. So you can also use pop function instead of using remove and discard. But in case of pop, again, you are not very sure that which element is going to get deleted. Okay. So I'm going to use this pop function, saving this, running this. So see, it has deleted 1. Although 1 was the very first element, but why? Because your set is in a random order. Okay. So the next thing about your set is, if you want to clear the whole set, here you are deleting one specific value of the set, but if you want to clear your whole set, okay, then here you are going to use the function that is clear. Clear will empty your set. Okay, so what you are going to do, you will write set1 dot clear. It is going to empty your set, but your set structure is still existing. If I will try to print this set1, so it is not going to give me any kind of error. Why? Because its structure is still existing. Okay, so let's just run this. So see, it is giving me set blank because there is nothing in that, right? But if I am going to write down del instead of this clear, if I'll write delete, I'll write del set1, then it is going to give me the error that this name is not existing now. Okay, so it is giving me the error set1 is undefined. This thing we have discussed while discussing list tuples also, that your clear is going to remove all the elements inside the set. Okay, but it is not deleting the set itself. But if you want to delete the set also, then you can use the function that is known as delete. Okay, So in the next lesson, we are going to discuss some of the more features that are some of the more functions related to your sets.